Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna. I am so happy that you are here. It is the first of the month, and I am doing a layout for Stick It Down design team. Today's sketch is made by Bethany. So I am starting off, double page layout. I am starting off with photos from my trip, my hiking trip to England in June of 2024. And I've kind of been picking the photos here and there of which ones I want to do, but now I'm going more or less in chronological order. So super excited to be really focusing on these photos from last year. I'm going to trim some of these little ones down to 2 by 2 photos. This one I'm doing right now might be a little bit bigger. It might be like a 2.5 by 2.5. I wanted to make sure to get the whole um, it's a picture of a tap. It was the kind of beer that I was drinking. I do my preference is for darker beers, and I was trying different things along the way as we went. We didn't have many, but it seemed like in each location, whether it was lunch or dinner, we tried out the local beer. So I pull out a 49 and Market um, viewfinder. I put that there. Wasn't sure. The other side is white. It wasn't really sure I was going to use pink, but then I'll pull out some other things that might work for this page. I've got some stamps, maps, notebook pages, frames, the envelope, a doily. Oftentimes, I will stick very closely to a sketch. This time, I knew with the photos and the placements, I wasn't going to get it exactly like it, but I very much did use it to start me off and kind of guide me as I went along. I do have a lot of these frames from 49 and Market. They're kind of like the map, the coordinates frame. So when I saw anything close to working, I was going to use those on this page. You can see I have one in the left lower corner, that one right there, as well as the one of me on the top on the right hand side. I have lots of these film strips or negatives, and so I started by pulling some out. Now I'm finishing up certain colors, so I didn't have enough to do well, all of one size or all of one color of these blue shades. Let's put it that way. I have enough if I went with a different color that would have filled it, but nothing to go with these 49 Market travel pieces. Oh, look, I found two more frames to fit those. So I'm going to use those. And I'm just trying to find kind of layering pieces or things that would look like they matched the layout, but things that took up a little bit of space. I didn't want a lot of empty space on this layout. There's a meal check there. There's the doily, another doily. But I really had to play with this layout and trying to figure out what I wanted to use. Now, I was not at home. I had certain things with me, and I found these Nicole Jones 9-1 printables. And as soon as I found the viewfinders, I got rid of the pink one from 49 Market. But then I also have some of these film strips or negatives um, that are from Nicole Jones 911 printables as well. So I pulled these out, and I'm going to use a couple different um, viewfinders, and I wasn't sure if I had enough to get exactly the same shade or not. So you might see these come in and out. My phone was full, and so you do see, and you missed some of the footage, but that's okay. You got most of it. I did start making clusters, and you can see I've got the 4 viewfinders that are all the same shade. There is a cluster that I made inside the smallest viewfinder on the left upper part there, and more frames. And then I have the geotag and a ticket on the left page, but on the right lower corner. I am going to use that banner as my title. The banner says Traveler. And then again, I'm just moving things around, keeping in mind the colors, and like I want some of the colors in each of the clusters. So I'm putting a pink ticket because I have the pink compass on the right hand side, and I have a pink ticket in that other cluster with a bigger viewfinder. I'm going to cut this in half. If there's a place where I can, oh no, I was going to say sometimes if I'm tucking them, I will cut them in half or that kind of thing. But this one's going to go one part on one side of the page and one part on the other. So that's why that gets cut in half. So I'm going to go ahead and go off and glue some of this stuff down, and then I will come back and arrange some more. I think mostly on the right hand side, because I think the right hand side I wasn't really sure where things were exactly going. The other interesting thing to know is that in the sketch, I have one less photo on the left side, but one more photo on the right side. It wasn't on purpose. It was just kind of um, where those pictures were fitting. I did put the compass over the top of that map frame, and again, looking at the colors, there's a little bit of pink, there's a little bit of blue. I think I might even end up with a little bit of green in certain clusters. There's a little geotag I added there for some extra something. I'm trying to decide where I want that last picture on the bottom. Do I want it on an angle? Do I want it straight up and down? And I think I do end up going with an angle, layering on that photo next to it. And then um, get that banner in there. So the pictures, this was lunch. The first one on the left is me with my beer, and then the two little ones are of the the restaurant that we were having lunch. I've already told you about that one on the bottom on the right there. And then the sandwich next to that is mine. The sandwich on the right hand side is Diane's, and there's Diane. And then up top is me drinking my beer. At the end, my camera did shut off early, but you're not going to miss anything. And just stay tuned to the final pages where you'll see how the layout came together. But again, you don't really miss anything. So until next time, crafting makes my heart happy, and I hope you find something to make your heart happy too.